Here back again on Thursday. Got a 5-game slate here tonight. I got it broken down for you with my 6 favorite plays, my money 6. So before we get going, like always, if you could show some love to the like button, means a lot. Let's try to get over like 70 likes in this one. Thank you if we can hit that. And yeah, so I'm excited about this slate. Think we got some solid games, some good value out there. So I'm going to start it off with just going with Giannis. I think his upside is so much larger than every other player on the slate. He can easily get over 60 DraftKings points as long as this game stays close against the Celtics. He's dominated them over the past few games. He's just too big down low for them, with the Celtics playing a little bit undersized. Their rim protection isn't great. So I think he can get a big double-double in this game. And just got to pray that the Celtics keep it close enough throughout this whole entire game for him to reach that full upside. Because a lot of the Bucks games, they win by a lot. And Giannis is only getting like around 30 minutes a game. So this game can stay closer, where you can get closer to like 34 minutes or so here. I think he can have a monster game. So I'm going to go ahead and lock him in there as my first guy. I'm going to go with Donovan Mitchell. I think this is a great spot from an uptick in pace here, an uptick in just implied total. I think the Jazz can put up a lot of points here. One of the worst defenses in the league in the Pelicans. So it's a great environment for the Jazz with a big increase in potential fantasy points here. We know that Donovan Mitchell, whenever he gets that kind of point guard role, he does have added upside. It hasn't really come to fruition yet recently. Kind of on a downturn recently, having a slow couple of games. But I think in this matchup here, he can bounce back. Kind of fluky the last 2 games with only 1 rebound between the two. I think he'll be able to have some better luck with getting some more rebounds there, and hopefully he can fill it up with some more stats, because I think he'll be able to score pretty well in this game. So at 7,400, potential value in a great spot here. Catching him on the downturn, but I think he can have a huge game here tonight. So I'm going to go ahead and lock him in there as my second guy. I want to put him at shooting guard, though, because I think we got some point guards coming up here. So throw him in at shooting guard. And then we got MARKELLE FULTZ coming off one of his best games of his career. I think he'll be pretty popular as everyone kind of buys into that game last night. But this is just because the Magic just have so many injuries. And I think last night I recommended Aaron Gordon for a similar reason. He did pretty well. But the injury to Evan Fournier as well, and the backup point guards, DJ Augustine and Carter Williams being out. I actually was considering recommending FULTZ last night just because, like I mentioned with Aaron Gordon, all the injuries. But I went with Aaron Gordon. But I think FULTZ is a great play as well. Even Aaron Gordon could be a decent play here in this matchup, but he could maybe see some Kawhi Leonard on defense, so maybe that kind of puts me off him a little bit. But I feel like FULTZ here, his ability to rebound is coming to light a little bit more recently. Probably considering because they've been going a little bit smaller, mostly with the injury to Isaac, so it kind of allows him some more potential rebounds. He's always kind of been a bigger point guard, so like I said, that rebound ability is starting to come around. His assist rate has been pretty solid. He's been handling the ball a little bit more. His usage has been up. So I think he is a really good value here at 5,500, considering his consistent ability recently with over 30 DraftKings points in his last 4 to 5 games. So I think he could have another big game here, 5,500, around the same price tag. And I'm going to go ahead and lock him in there as our third guy. I'm going to go with ELFRID, another guy that can definitely fill it up here in this game against a bad Phoenix defense. They've been really bad against point guards. ELFRID kind of struggling recently, but the Knicks are another team here where they've had some injuries to point guard. Dennis Smith Jr. out. Neely Keena has been out recently. So ELFRID does have good upside for minutes if he is playing well and the game is close. So I think he can he's always been a guy, when given the minutes, he can have monster games. He can really fill it up, as we saw most recently in a good matchup against the Pelicans, where he was able to get a 15, 6, and 7 with 5 steals, good for 41 DraftKings points. So I think he has a kind of upside. Another guy, his salary is cheaper compared to what it has been recently. I think he can get us over 30 DK points and could flirt with 40 if he does play well here and gets 30-plus minutes in a closer game. So I'm going to go ahead and lock him in there as our fourth guy. Then I'm going to go with Grant here for the Nuggets, another team that's really banged up. Paul Millsap being out. Jamal Murray now out. Gary Harris was out last night. He's questionable for tonight. So if all 3 of those guys are out again here, Grant's going to have to be a guy that steps up again. I've always liked his ability and flashes when he came off the bench for or just played extra minutes, I would say, for the Thunder when he was given more opportunities. I always thought he had the potential to be a good fit in today's NBA with just his raw athleticism. He can hit some threes. So in this spot here against a bad defense and the Warriors, I feel like he could step up here. And for some reason, this is just a narrative, but in my head, just thinking about times he's played the Warriors, I feel like he's always kind of matched up with them well. I didn't even look into that, but just in the top of my head, I was thinking about games against the Warriors in the past where I remember him kind of going off with the Thunder. But in this spot here, he's gotten 31, 33 minutes the last 2 games. Solid minutes there. Could see some more shots, like I said, with all those injuries of their primary scorers being out. So some extra potential work there. And down low, recently the Warriors have been getting manhandled, so Grant could attack him around the rim and get some easier looks. When you have a guy like Jokic passing you the ball, he'll set you up for some good scores. So at 4,800, decent value here where I think he can get us close to 30-plus DK points. I don't think his upside is crazy as he's not really been crazily involved even when he's gotten more minutes, but I think he can be a solid just cash game play here where he can give you some decent value and be a salary relief at 4,800. Considering it's a 5-game slate, it's tough to find those obvious values, but I think Grant could be a guy that returns some solid value at 4,800. So I'm going to go ahead and lock him in there as our 5th guy. Then I'm going to go with another obvious kind of play in Monte Morris at 4,400. He should draw the start here tonight with Jamal Murray being out. Morris has been a guy in the past when Jamal Murray has been out. He's really stepped in and had some big-time performances. Even last year, he was performing very well off the bench. Like, there was some consideration of maybe he should almost start because he was playing so well at the beginning of last year, but he's having a quieter year this year, not getting the same amount of minutes, but I still think he has that ability to score. We've seen it recently, 12 and 11 points in 2 out of the last 3 games, some flashes there, and he's just a good player, and this is a good matchup against the Warriors, against D'Angelo Russell, and definitely not known for his defense, and I think he can really step up here and get maybe 30-plus DraftKings points as long as he gets the minutes here that he should be able to, gets close to 30 minutes with that start, and hopefully doesn't poop his pants, because sometimes when people get those spot starts, if they are playing bad, then the coach will kind of turn to someone else. But if he gets off to a hot start here and keeps it going, I think he can get 30-plus minutes and be a really good value here in this matchup. So definitely, there's always some risk with guys getting spot starts, but I think Monte Morris has proven in the past that he can be reliable and be able to return some good value here tonight. So I'm going to go ahead and lock him in there as my final guy. So you got 53.50 remaining per player, and you got Giannis in there with some good value around him, so definitely manageable. So you got FULTZ, Mitchell, Giannis, Grant, Payton, and Monte Morris. Hope you enjoyed it. Drop a like on the video. If you did, over 70 likes is the goal. If we can hit that, thank you. If you aren't subscribed to the channel, what are you doing? Hit that sub button so you don't miss out on any more NBA DFS picks. You can hit the bell icon as well if you're already subscribed to get alerted every time I upload so you don't miss out on any videos. If you have any comments for the slate, any opinions, any questions, comment that down below in the comment section. I'd like to hear back from you guys, any feedback or anything like that. And you can also follow me on Twitter at MoneyWebby. If anything changes with some injury news, yesterday we had some big injury news with Tatum being out, but I said it like Kemba Walker and Jaylen Brown. Obviously, I updated my picks to Kemba Walker, who is the one that pooped his pants, and Jaylen Brown did solid. I didn't expect Kemba to be so bad, but that's Kemba Walker for you. He's a very inconsistent scorer, so that kind of sucked. And the rest of the plays were a little bit disappointing, but hopefully we can have a nice bounce back here with some fire players here tonight. So good luck on the slate, guys. Hope you guys won a lot of money, and we'll see you back here again next time.